So, so today there's I thought I'd quickly talk about something. Um, Today from Carolyn Autopsy, I got artists for tree sacrifices. She got me the finish line art today, and I'm still, still working out things of how to do it and learning how to do everything right and everything when it comes to doing comic book stuff. And also, as I've been told by other people, you gotta basically do that whole process when you learn how to work with a new artist every time, basically. But today she gave me the finish line art, and I wanted to talk about something I've learned, and I learned it through talking to other artists and people, trying to make sure I'm doing things right, and I don't want to insult people and stuff like that. One of the things I've learned is giving notes when it comes to when you're having an artist do stuff. In the past, I didn't do that sometimes because I felt like, why am I going to tell them how to do, artwork? I can't, I barely draw stick figure, anything, anything that you can tell is anything. So I used to not do that, and sometimes I wouldn't be satisfied with the work, and that's not fair to myself who's paying for it, and it's having stuff commissioned and paid for, and it's also not fair to the artist because then I might not be getting the best work for them, so they're not putting the best work out there in a lot of ways. And also, like, if you don't do that, if you don't give them notes and stuff, and it leaves kind of a bad taste in your mouth, you're probably not going to hire them again because you might think, like, it might be in the back of your head a little bit. So I've learned to give notes when it comes to stuff and say, can you tweak this or tweak that and stuff. And there's a reasonable amount of like notes you can give. You shouldn't be giving notes like I'm still learning the process of getting the script and getting rough, giving sketches like to them, and I'm even starting to do video script things where I discuss the scripts with artists too, so they can get more and more into my what I'm thinking of what I want from the work, and so if you get all that stuff ahead of time, the notes shouldn't be as big after some artwork's done, and then of course you got the sketch phase where they're going to send you sketches of the layouts and stuff of how they think it should be, and you give them notes then, and then finish line art, you might give them notes then, and everything. You need to give artists notes though. You need to develop that relationship with an artist so you can get the give and take from them, and you also need to do it so you get the best out of them and the best out of you and the best out of the team. So that's a process of learning. So like I'll talk about like today. She sent me the line art. Okay, um, I quickly looked over this stuff, but I in the past I may have sent something back and said, "Oh, this is good. Go, done, sent, payment, final payment sent, done." I got pull back a little bit and say, okay, I need to sit down and seriously look over everything, and I need to look over my script and my notes and make sure nothing was missed or I didn't convey something well in any of those processes that went along. So like I'm working kind of long shifts right now because I'm like the only cook at my job right now. So I don't have like huge amount of time after work and stuff like that. And not even counting stuff like chronic illness and stuff like that. Just like that basic thing. Um, so like my note back to her was like, I'll get you or look these over probably Monday or Tuesday, and more likely I'll look over some on my Monday and some on Tuesday, and I'll make any notes that are needed, and I'll get it to her, get it back to her. I'm doing that as quickly as I can because it's what you should do. You should get quickly as you can. Like, if I got it on maybe Friday, I could get it over the weekend, even though this weekend I was sick most of the weekend. But because it's going into a Monday, I'm not really going to have a chance to sit down and fully, like, on my computer, which I can't really do it on the phone. I need to look bigger on the screen and see if there's anything that notes need to be given and anything fixed and stuff like that. So I think key communication with your artists, and this is probably true all directions, artists to writers, inkers, colorists, all these people. Like, communication is key, and communicate. Don't If you're working with somebody that doesn't have any communication skills, like, try to pull it out of them. If there are people who don't want to communicate, like, I had an artist one time recently who didn't want to do any notes. He thought, you gave me this, it's done. And I was just wanting a basic change of, like, can you, add this little bit up here? And it wasn't even a big thing. And I was like, he was like, no, I don't do that. I don't do it. You got to pay an extra $100 or something like that. I think it's like $85 for a little thing. And I was like, well, I can do that, but I don't want to change your art, If it's a major change, I paid for extra work before when it comes to stuff like that. So that was a case of somebody who didn't want to do it. Most artists I've found really want to work off notes and make changes to get the best thing from the client. And I don't even want to use word client. We're a team. We're working on this stuff together. Like, so most people want to get the best work out. Give them the information they need. Like I said, communication. Give them the information they need. When you get stuff back, make notes, but also let them know if you can't give that note right away. Like, I've tried to, if I can't do it, like, let's say tomorrow or something like that, automatically when I get stuff, I'll look this over on this date and I'll probably be able to get it to you. Any notes are final on this date. Communication is very important when it comes to working together on a team on any kind of project. And these days, because of the internet and stuff, you can be working with people way in other countries all over the place. So communication is huge to make sure everybody's working together and get the stuff done and everybody's informed. And I'll end with, like, this other big thing. Communication is key also because people have lives, and when people are working freelance or they're working work for hire or however you want to talk about it, they need to know to pay their bills when they're probably going to get a payment. So if somebody turns in work today and I tell them well, I'm going to look it over like Monday or Tuesday, and if it's good, the payment's probably going to come to you on Tuesday. Like, if you get notes, it's probably at the most, it's going to depend on how much work they have on their table right now at the end of the week or whatever, like when they finish working on any notes, which usually aren't major or anything like that. That's why communication is key. Just in a life sense, you need to open those lines of communication. You need to talk to each other about the work. And I'm saying this from somebody, like I said, who always didn't do this, and you need to talk to people. And also the fact that if you have something, I have chronic illness, and sometimes there's a long spurts of time where I can't hardly do anything. I can barely go to work. So I've had to talk to artists and stuff and say, like, I am not going to be able to get this done right now. So I'm just letting you know ahead of time, this is not going to get done right now. It might be up to a week. I mean, that's the main thing. It delayed our Halloween special and made it come out not exactly the way I wanted it to, was because of chronic illness and stuff. And I tried to keep everybody informed who's involved with the project. It might not come out until this, or it might not come out until this. Let people know. People are understanding. And I'm at the way with artists and voice artists and actors and people I've worked with. Let me know if there's an issue and you can't meet a deadline. We can change that. We can adjust stuff, and we can, especially with me, because I'm not working with printers or I'm not sending stuff off or something like that. Let me know if there's an issue, and we'll work on the dates and we'll work on stuff. So communication is key. It seems like that's key in a lot of stuff in life, ain't it? But yeah, so that's some of the little lessons in my little ramble here and stuff that I've learned when it comes to working with artists and stuff. Communicate with each other. Keep in mind that person, you need to let them know dates and stuff like that you'll be able to get stuff back to them or get it to them so they can start scheduling, like, when they're probably going to get payments from you and stuff like that. So Yeah, just work with each other. So everybody's trying to work together to make something cool, and nobody wants to make shit stuff. And yeah, so it's just 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. But it's not dead or daily.